It's Talk That Talk Tuesday. Talk That Talk Tuesday. So, as you know, Talk That Talk Tuesday, we are going to be talking about your self love language. Good morning. Greetings, greetings. If you are watching the replays, hey girl. So, let's talk that talk this morning. A topic of the discussion this morning is going to be on um, why silence is an essential part of your self love language. Now, for those of you who are not familiar, Center Me focuses on three pillars of self love. That is your self love language, your self love environment, your self love vision. Not in that order, but those are your three pillars, or the Center Me three pillars of self love. And so that's why we focus on so many different elements. We break down the self love environment we talk about boundaries, relationships, we talk about the five cornerstones of your self love environment are relationships, hobbies, living space, job, business, or career, and your routine. But your boundaries are a huge foundation of that self love environment. And your self love vision, we get into talking about how you see yourself, how you manifest the things that you desire in your life, how do you free yourself from, you know, societal, community, cultural expectations of you, and different belief systems that just don't quite align with how you see yourself. And so we focus on observing the self, improving self awareness, setting goals, breaking belief systems, self limiting belief systems and behaviors. And so our self love language is something that we focus on because we know that this is a very powerful tool to contribute in the self-love environment and uh, how we want to exist in this life, in this time and space. And it also really helps to reinforce the vision of how we see ourselves. And so it is absolutely necessary to cultivate a self-love language that is going to help you thrive in every aspect of self-love in your life. And so we talked about stillness last week, and that really inspired me to want to dig a little bit deeper in how stillness permeates not just your environment, not just your vision, but your self love language as well. And when it comes to stillness and your self love language, we view that as silence, silence. And I know you're probably wondering, like, okay, well, if I'm not speaking, how am I actually using a self love language? But the thing is, when we choose silence, there are three huge components that come from that really allow us to improve our self awareness, allow us to get to know ourselves deeper, allow us to have more insight on our self love vision, like who we see ourselves to be. And it really helps us to also see our environment for what it is, when we keep this thing closed, right? And so the first point of that I wanted to address is clarity. And when it comes to clarity, hello, thanks for joining. When it comes to clarity, when we are choosing silence, so in times of intense, heavy, difficult emotions, unhealthy expression, like, arguing, and there's actually so many different types of unhealthy expression. But whenever we find ourselves in these situations where it's just not going to be conducive for us to use our voice, when we need to choose silence and be still, clarity comes into play, because when you are being silent, you are by default going to hear more and you're going to see more if you're paying attention and if you're being present. And chances are, if you're intentionally being silent, you are intentionally being present. And so you are going to get more clear on one, how you respond to the situation, and two, what do you want from the situation, and three, how are you going to show up better for yourself the next time, right? And so clarity is going to be a huge benefit of choosing silence. And so and I want you to know too that it doesn't matter when. It could be mid argument. It could be just somewhere you just feel it boiling up in you. If you feel something boiling up in you, like your temperature is rising, your heart rate is increasing, this is how you self-soothe and calm yourself, by choosing silence. And this is where your clarity is going to come from. You are going to experience presence like you're going to experience presence, right? So you're going to be able to see and hear, you're going to be able to witness um, the situation for what it is, for what it truly is. And so and I just want to say too that when it comes to arguing with someone, you have to, or preventing arguing with someone by using silence, you have to not only be aware of who you are and have that clarity on who you are, but you also have to be able to have this insight on this person too. Is this the only way that they know how to express themselves? Are they capable of choosing silence? Because when it comes to self-preservation, we want to make sure that, again, our energy is going into places and spaces that are going to allow us to thrive. It's going to be in alignment with our highest good, which is going to be in alignment with our desires and goals, which is going to be in alignment with abundance. And so choosing silence and this brings me to my next point, a huge, 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 huge reflection of strength. It's a huge reflection of strength. Good morning. And so being able to choose silence in moments of intense, difficult, or uncomfortable emotions is actually a huge reflection of strength in your self love language. And I know that silence is something that can be really hard and be really difficult, especially when you are, in these you're experiencing these emotions and things are just getting like out there. You're feeling all of the feelings. And this is why Meditation Monday, this is why we practice stillness. We practice. This is why we practice. Because I can tell you every day, all day long, that choosing silence in times of unhealthy expression is going to be so beneficial for you. But until you experience that peace for yourself, until you are able to understand what self-preservation feels like, when you are preserving yourself, your energy, your light for you and not for no mess, then that's when you're going to have a deeper appreciation for it. That's how it's going to become more easier for you to implement yourself. And so I highly suggest you show up for Meditation Monday so that you can start familiarizing yourself with what stillness looks like, because stillness in terms of our self-love language is going to be silence. It's going to be silence every single time. And so that's how we meet unhealthy expression. Again, unhealthy expression can be arguing, it could be um uh oh gosh, I'm trying to think of unhealthy expression in terms of using our voice. yelling, saying things that we don't mean. And sometimes, and I actually want to point this out, sometimes unhealthy expression can be silent treatments. However, that's why I was very intentional when I said when we are intentionally being silent in a way that is going to preserve our energy, when we are intentionally being silent as a way to gather ourselves, as a way to become more clear on with ourselves and gain that clarity, then that is a healthy form of expression. That is a healthy way of using silence. The silent treatment is something that has ill intent, it is manipulative, it is, abusive, and so that is not healthy. That is unhealthy expression. And so we want to make sure that when the way that we are using silence in our self-love language is in a way that is going to align us with our highest good, align us with our desires, align us with abundance, right? And so the last point that I wanted to bring up when it comes to being able to use silence as a way to enhance your self-love language is patience. Is patience. So we talked about how it brings clarity, how it's going to help you become more clear on who you are, how you want to respond, your surroundings, the vision that you have for yourself. It's also going to help strengthen who you are, deepen that grounding in who you are. It's going to make you stronger in your self love journey. It's going to make you stronger in knowing who you are. It's going to make you stronger in being able to have that self discipline, that self mastery. And then this last point is patience. When I tell you patience and I have had it out over the years, I will tell you in December of 2020, I prayed for 6 days for patience. And on the seventh day, I broke every bone in my ankle. And I have been my journey in patience went from just thinking that one day it was just going to happen to me understanding that I had to actually work at it. I had to practice at it and really notice myself in areas that were really hard and really triggering for me. I had to learn how to be patient with myself. And so being able to choose silence when you know that this is the way that you are being in alignment with your highest good, your desires and abundance. This is how you are in alignment with your self-love practice. When you know that this is what it does, not only are you going to grow in strength and clarity, you're going to grow in being more patient with yourself. You're going to grow in being patient with others. And truthfully, that's what it means. One of my affirmations, and I've changed it slightly since because of this new understanding, was that I am patient with myself and everyone around me. And now I just say that I'm patient with myself because I understand that I am part of a whole. And so if I am patient with myself, then by default I am patient with everyone else. And so as you grow in becoming more patient with yourself, more patient with your difficult, heavy, and uncomfortable emotions, by way of learning how to choose silence in your self love language, you're going to see how that patience shows up in other areas of your life. And I can't stress enough how very valuable that is, because a lot of times, and I'm kind of moving a little bit away from the topic here, but just to kind of give you a grander vision of how our emotions, starting small, starting with ourselves, which sometimes starting with our emotions is not small enough. but but just to kind of expand it out and give you this bigger vision of how this is going to permeate through your life and how this is going to reflect in your external life. When you learn how to become more patient with yourself, and again, you're going to become more patient with other people because of this, you're going to start being more patient with how your goals manifest. You're going to start being more patient with how your desires manifest. You're going to start being more patient with the lessons that you have to learn, the patient with the tests that you are going to experience. You're going to be more patient in these areas of your life because patience is what is required for you to really extract the richness and the true value of this that comes with this life. Because I was just saying the other day, the beautiful thing about being human is that we have this opportunity to expand not only from our accomplishments, but from our mistakes, from our setbacks, from our failures. We have the opportunity to expand from them as well. We even more so from them than our accomplishments, than our wins, than our achievements. We get to expand more from those times in our lives when we feel like we have not made it. We've fallen short of our own expectations. Forget about everybody else. And so when you are patient, when you grow in patience with yourself, you begin to grow in patience with your life, how it is manifested, and you begin to truly, and I mean really hear me when I say this, you begin to truly accept the mystery of your journey. And once you accept the mystery of your journey, you are connected, sis. You are connected. Now you are really going to extract the value that comes with being in this life, the richness, the incredible abundance that comes with being in this life, in this world, in this time and space as you. All right. And so, being able to choose silence, again, we're just going to go over this one last time, is going to be helpful in bringing you clarity, because in silence you are able to achieve, more mental clarity on, the situation, how you respond to it, how you want to show up for yourself the next time it's presented, and even a little bit of insight on whether or not the energy that would be required to use your self-love language is actually even a good investment in this situation, right? So is this person situation is this worthy of my energy? Is it worthy? That's a question. And trust and believe, I done been in some situations where I used energy in spaces that were not worthy, and I'm not saying I don't regret it, because this is a lesson that I had to learn, but you gotta know. You gotta know, sis, and the sooner you can start bringing your awareness to whether or not, this energy space is worthy, then, the sooner you'll be able to achieve that clarity, the sooner you'll be able to grow in strength, and the sooner you'll be able to expand in patience as well. So being able to choose silence in your self-love language is going to be a form of strength like you've never known, patience like you've never known, and clarity like you've never known. So that is what I want to share with you all this morning. So be very, very, very intentional about where your energy is going, and be aware that your self-love language can also be silence. All right? I am sending you so much love, so much peace, and so much light. Make sure that you visit centerme.com for self-love support. We are revolutionizing women's wellness. So if you are looking for a tribe, if you are looking for one-on-one coaching, if you're looking for a way to practice self-love every week, every month, every quarter, if you're looking for an opportunity to be rewarded for taking up space, Center Me is exactly where you want to be, sis. We have a Talk That Talk class coming up, so make sure you click the link in my bio so that you're able to register for that class. We're going to be covering the foundation of your self-love language. And then we also have Keep It Real Friday. So on our so not only do we have Me First Friday, but every Friday we also have a Keep It Real journaling session that's going to allow you to learn more about the Keep It Real method, which is a method that I created in helping my clients to process their emotions. And now every Friday we get an opportunity to explore that method and then practice by way of journaling together, listening to some music, and just kind of vibing it out, right? And so make sure that you reserve your spot for our Keep It Real journaling session this Friday as well. And listen, I would love to have you join our community, become a member. You know, you'll have access to free Keep It Real sessions, free classes every month, one-on-one coaching with me every month, an opportunity to earn points in our Santi reward system. There's just, the list goes on and on. So center me, sis, is where you want to be. Make sure you go to our website, check us out. I'm looking forward to having you. I'm excited for you. I'm excited that you're even here, learning more about how you can expand in self love. All right. Have a wonderful, wonderful day on purpose.